to Morning Buzz Wednesday edition. My name is Lisbeth Godoy. The song you just heard is Dia de Suerte by Alejandra Guzman. It's a little bit of Spanish to start off your morning rate.
See,
Yeah. See, of
See.
course. We do have a fun 2 hours planned for today's show. We have some great stuff going on. It's currently 7:03 a.m. It's not as cold as it was yesterday.
That is true. It's a little bit warmer. I mean, it's not warm,
It's
but
not warm, but
I
it's
mean,
warmer.
it's better than it has been the last week.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a moment. For now, this is the first day of Wednesday Buzz.
It
that
is.
has aired so far.
It's
My
true.
name is Elizabeth Godoy. Like I said before, I'm your host. I'm here with my co-host Danny Krastek.
Hi.
Yeah, and I'm here with my segment host Riley Kupo.
Wow.
Yay! And we have our newscaster Rashmi Nakota,
Hi.
Hi,
and
Raj.
we have our sportscaster Luis.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Good morning to everyone.
This is a stacked buzz.
This is a very
This is
stacked
going to be
buzz.
a fun time.
Look, we may not be boy buzz or girl buzz, but we're definitely buzz.
We're definitely Buzz.
We're the Buzz.
We
We're the buzz,
We're
yeah.
the buzz.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
And any other buzz that wants to come for our title, I guess see you when Battle of the Buzz happens because we're going to win.
Yes.
Not a call to action.
TBA. But
Why?
we do have a pretty packed list of stories today. We got a lot going on in the U.S. in the tri-state area. We have some news from the government, from the U.S. as a whole. We've got some news about Bob Menendez, some tax-related news, and we have a really cool interview coming up as well. So definitely stay tuned for that if you're interested. But before we get into that main stuff, we are going to get into our news update with Rosh. Let us know what's going on in the news.
Good morning. I'm Raj Finakota, and this is WMSC News. For our top story, a man was injured after the gun he was carrying inside a Costco went off by accident, police said. The incident happened at Costco's Brick Township, located off Route 70, around 1 p.m. on Sunday. He sustained injuries that were not considered life-threatening, but police did not say if he was taken to a hospital. It was unclear if Costco staff took any safety measures after the gun went off. In international news, the magnitude was a 7.1 earthquake in a remote part of China's western Xinjiang region killed at least 3 people and caused extensive damage in freezing weather. Rescue crews rushed to the area by evening. Authorities said that there were 3 people had died and 5 were injured, with 2 of them being serious. Rescue crews combed through the rubble. Emergency survival gear, including coats and tents to help thousands of people who fled their homes, had arrived or were on the way, the official Xinhua news agency said. In New Jersey news, the mayor of a borough in Middlesex County is accused in a lawsuit filed last week of telling police officers she wanted a man removed from the municipal building because he is Black and she and her staff did not feel safe. The alleged incident is recounted in a lawsuit filed on behalf of Richard Sauce Jr., a senior police patrolman who is suing the borough. And for my favorite part of the newscast, today's weather. If you're a monsoon person, today's your day because it's supposed to rain a little bit. We have a high of 43 degrees and a low of 40 with cloudy skies and occasional rain showers throughout the afternoon. Weather.com claims that winds in Montclair are quote-unquote light and variable, but we know that's code for not really light and variable if you live in Montclair State University, and don't get an umbrella because it will turn inside out. This has been WMSC News. Back to you, Liz.
I know how much Rosh loves weather.
I do.
It's your favorite part of the day.
It's my favorite part of my day. It's a highlight of my day.
I love that. It's a highlight of my day too. But another highlight of my day is our sports highlights. We have Luis here. Let us know what's going on in sports.
Good morning. I am Luis Enrique Ruiz, and this is WMSC Sports. In the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks have fired their head coach Adrian Griffin after only 43 games. Assistant head coach Joe Prunty has now been appointed as the interim head coach. According to the Bucks general manager, firing coach Adrian Griffin was a tough decision, but the team is now working to find a new head coach. According to some reports, Doc Rivers is among the favorites to take the job. In the NFL, the Los Angeles Chargers are also on the hunt for a new head coach. There are some reports that they are holding negotiations with the coach of Michigan University, Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh, of course, has awakened the interest of many teams after a successful season with Michigan, where they won the national title. In the Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves superstar and reigning National League MVP Ronald Acuna Jr. has been chosen as the face of the 2024 Troop Series 1 in the Major League Baseball. Since his first appearance in the league in 2018, Acuna has joined an elite group of only 4 players who have achieved 5 100 hits, 500 runs, and 150 home runs. Acuna now solidifies his comeback after an ACL injury that sidelined him in 2021. In MSU sports, the Montclair baseball team will host their annual first pitch dinner. This event will not only help raise funds for the program, but will also be an opportunity to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the 2000 championship team. With a newly renovated Yogi Berra Stadium, they're looking to win their first NCAA championship since the year 2000. This has been WMSC Sports. Back to you, Lisbeth.
Thank you so much for that sports update. And I'm crying in studio. For those who don't know, probably Danny knows that Formula One is currently not happening. And I love it
Yeah.
when we talk about Formula One.
Do you?
I do.
You're a fan of
Cars.
I am a
Oh.
Formula One
It's
fan.
like when they go vroom vroom.
Yes.
I do. Well, I mean, I do too.
you know?
I'm not Liz, but I also like when cars go vroom vroom. So I feel like I get. I was like, okay, Lightning McQueen is my idol.
Queen.
Yeah.
Morning Buzz. We interviewed Owen Wilson.
You know what? I'll look into that and we'll see if we can have him on the buzz here
We're
and
gonna do it.
talk about cars going vroom. Unfortunately, we can't talk about Formula One until the summer, which is really unfortunate.
Shame.
But we do have some kind of updates to talk about for US news, national news. The first one is that US military have initiated airstrikes in Iraq. The Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced that America has carried out airstrikes against Iranian militias in Iraq. 3 facilities used by Kataib Hezbollah were targeted as a response against, quote, escalatory attacks in Iraq and Syria. Specifically, personnel at Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq were attacked by a ballistic missile attack on Saturday. Quote, the president and I will not hesitate to take necessary action to defend them and our interests. We do not seek to escalate conflict in the region. We call on these groups and their Iranian sponsors to immediately cease these attacks. And this was said by Austin. We will bring you more updates on U.S. involvement in the Middle East as this season of the Morning Buzz continues. We do have some more national news, though, which is that New Hampshire has finished their presidential primaries. The U.S. presidential election is gearing up, with New Hampshire holding primaries for both the Democratic and Republican parties. President Joe Biden won the Democratic Party, despite the fact that he did not officially appear on the ballot. This was due to Biden's campaign clashing with the DNC over the timeline for the primaries, which threw his electability into question. Despite this, a grassroots campaign was organized to write in Biden's name on the ballots. The actual margin is still being calculated due to the unusual nature of the win. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump carried the state despite being charged with a variety of criminal acts. His margin of victory over challenger Nikki Haley was less than 10%, however, far less than was expected. Haley was pledged to continue the fight for the nomination, a strong contradiction to Ron DeSantis, who dropped out of the race after only one contest.
Man, I can't wait for Old Man versus Slightly Younger Old Man, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Look, age is just a number, Danny.
It is
Well-
wow. I think that I think
Well,
well
in this case, we're leading the country.
I don't know. I
there,
just
there are different situations.
Yeah.
It always makes me so happy and spreads positivity when we're talking about American politics.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
And
it's-
I don't
it's
know,
such- it's such a
happy
it's such a ray of sunshine.
I don't know if you guys heard about some other stuff that was happening in New Hampshire. There was this robocall that was being kind of circulating on mostly people's landlines, but also people's cell phones. And someone
How many people in New Hampshire have landlines?
Yeah,
I don't know. It just went everywhere basically. But what happened was that it was an AI created call that was meant to emulate Biden's voice, and it sounded like him. We did play it on the Morning Buzz yesterday, and it sounds exactly like him. It sounds very real, but apparently, well, obviously it's not real because he was just, well, not him, not Biden, but the fake Biden voice that was playing on the
Biden.
phone was
Biden.
talking about,
Hey,
oh, you
Biden.
don't have to vote in the primaries because your vote doesn't really mean anything, blah, blah, blah. And it was just basically trying to spread misinformation
Yeah.
to try to get people to deter people from voting. And so I did mention this yesterday as well, that it's something to really keep in mind, especially as the primaries continue and all of the presidential race continues, is really don't take any of your information
Yeah.
from a phone call that you received, because it is likely that it's fabricated. And especially with AI getting way, way, way better and continuing to improve and how accurate it is to recreate people's voices and stuff like that, it's something to keep in mind, because you're not going to get all your accurate information from hearing someone over the phone, unfortunately.
Especially if it's a politician saying your vote doesn't matter, don't bother
Exactly.
voting.
Exactly.
He obviously said it in more formal terms that made it sound legit,
Yeah.
but it's just something that we have to think about, because it's best to get your information related to the presidential campaigns and the presidential race from the media outlets that are reliable and from reliable news sources on the internet as well. And that's really the best places to get your information. And I don't think that it's wise to take advice from a voice on the phone at this day and age, because anyone could fabricate anyone's voice and have, call you
Yeah.
and create automated responses and everything, and it'll sound legit, and it's not the actual person,
This year
unfortunately.
we're gonna have I mean, there's probably not even gonna be that much primary stuff since we already kind of know how that's gonna go, but fall buzz is gonna go off. We're gonna have stuff every day.
Oh
Yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be present for that, but I know I'll be tuning in, because I know
ghost
the
of
morning
Elizabeth.
buzz,
the ghost of Elizabeth passed.
the morning buzz will be reporting.
The ghost of morning buzz. It's just you, Isaiah. Laura will be graduated by then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's gonna be rough, but it's something that we're definitely gonna keep everyone updated on,
It'll be
even
special,
now.
at
It
the
will
very
be,
least.
yes, it will
We
be.
always have a special place in our heart for American politics here at the Morning Buzz.
Yeah.
Do we?
90.3 WMC Upper Montclair.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, there's not a lot more updates right now.
Yeah,
Things are
they
going a lot
I mean,
slower
yeah,
than I
the
thought.
Republican field is already down to only two major candidates.
I also feel like the last presidential race was a lot more, I want to say, dramatic.
Yeah,
I don't feel like this one's as dramatic.
No.
This one's kind of just going,
Guys,
and
because people,
this
it's
time we're gonna go
normalized
back.
because people already expected.
Guys,
Yeah.
can I
Last,
be
last time, at least last time it was like, oh wow, it's Trump versus Biden. Oh wow, who's gonna
can
win?
I be honest? I think we've already had Trump versus Biden, so we should just put them in a ring and see who wins in a fist fight.
Neither of them. They both get one.
Or you know what?
and
New idea. New
collapse.
idea. New idea. Rock paper scissors.
Rock.
Rock, paper,
I think,
scissors.
can you guys imagine if the president of the United States was chosen via rock,
Court of
paper,
law.
scissors
You
competition?
know, actually, I truly believe that once Gen Z comes into the government,
That's
that
what's
is
gonna happen.
exactly what will happen.
That is
Yeah, I
exactly
wouldn't be
what's gonna
shocked,
happen.
honestly.
Yeah,
It'd be very
Yeah, no,
Because
I don't know.
yeah, because I know if I was like a president, I would just like play rock paper scissors. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
Well, to shift away from national politics into New Jersey politics, we have some updates on Bob Menendez, our senator, who has asked a New York judge to toss out evidence related to the bribery case that is currently being formed against him. He and his wife are being charged with accepting bribes of cash, gold bars, and a luxury car in exchange for favors. His lawyers claim, quote, the government's apparent zeal to, quote, get back at Senator Menendez for defeating its prior prosecution has overwhelmed its sound judgment. The FBI ran roughshod over the senator's Fourth Amendment rights, and all evidence collected from those searches must therefore be suppressed. The lawyers are also strongly pushing that the search warrants used to search his home were inaccurate and filled with omissions, adding, quote, agents broke down doors, even in some cases where the doors were unlocked, and tore apart closets, wardrobes, and dressers and other storage locations in the home, flipped over documents, and rifled through file folders. The FBI seized all manner of things, including the cash and gold bars that the government has made the centerpiece of its case.
wow.
I honestly though, like it must be fun to break down doors. If I was the listen, all I'm saying is like
TV doesn't work out,
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe the person breaking down the doors was just like, listen, like I mean, even if they are unlocked, yeah.
It's my last day. It's my last day before a promotion. You got to have this. Yeah, this is we don't usually see New Jersey politics at this level. I feel like
We don't.
like I feel like it's been pretty chill since like Christie left. So, on one hand, yeah, let's go Jersey, but on the other hand, boo, this is what it's for. So no, I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
Upon
not
doing
good.
some research related to this case, because we did talk about it last semester, but it kind of fizzled out and now it's kind of coming back. I did a little bit of research on the internet, and
You didn't go to the library?
no, I didn't go to the library. I'm
Come on,
sorry.
Liz.
I'm sorry. I didn't have
Liz.
access.
We have access-
You have access to the
we
library.
all have access to the library.
Yeah.
It wasn't immediate access though. I needed immediate access.
Okay.
I was
Do it old school.
I was doing a little bit of research in the middle of the night, so but basically the first sentence that you said, Danny, about how he asked the judge to toss out evidence, literally that is what he pleaded, and what his it's just
That's not gonna work.
the truth of the matter.
Imagine.
The truth of the matter is that there's way too much circumstantial evidence against him. There's way too much of it. And some of it's just genuinely incriminating evidence, and some of it's circumstantial. But regardless, the case against him is so strong but his lawyers are really trying to fight for him. And it's just like a huge effort on their part of trying to find any way to either lessen the severity of the final verdict or whatever the case may be. But they did find so much stuff in his home, and I'm not trying to be devil's advocate. I was just a little bit confused about this, because I'm confused why he kept the gold bars and all that stuff in
the house.
in that like, I don't want to say format, that's not the correct word, but in that way, like he could have exchanged the gold bars for actual
true.
money, and then it would have just been cash, which I feel like would have been a little bit more discreet. But I don't know. I don't really know how you cash out
I think
gold bars.
cashing gold bars is harder than you think. I think
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, it's not an easy thing.
I don't know, obviously.
Yeah, I'm
Especially
not
now,
sure.
I
And only-
imagine you probably have to go through the government somehow.
You do. No, there's like serial numbers and stuff
Yeah.
too. Like I feel like it might not be
It's not
significantly
that-
easier, but
yeah.
Unless, again, you're doing it on like the black market or something like that, which is like a whole other.
That's a whole
Level
different
from
thing.
that.
Well, honestly, if he's committing these crimes, I wouldn't be surprised
that might
if
have
that's
been
the
it.
route that he
Yeah.
took. Yeah. But again, even though there is evidence against him, the case hasn't been completed yet, so we don't really know what the outcome is. But either way, we're gonna keep everyone updated on that as well, as we have been so far, because it is a very, I want to say, very popular case. A lot of
It's a
people are
case,
talking
yeah.
about it,
It's a
Yeah.
case.
especially
It's
here
politics.
in New Jersey, because of his affiliation with our state and with the local government. So it's something that we are going to keep looking into. But we're going to go into a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about taxes,
Yeah, play some legal things.
which
Let's
unfortunately,
put off the taxes for as long as possible.
yeah, it's not legal to put off your taxes. You gotta
True.
fill out your
Yeah,
taxes.
If you're on the morning bus,
Don't
follow
listen to
the story,
Danny.
though.
But we are going to talk about taxes when we come back, which is something that affects us now, and we'll be back after this break.
But don't sweat, because the IRS has announced an update to the way that they are giving out their tax notices.
Yay.
So yeah, tax season is right around the corner, and you might notice that your paperwork's going to look a little bit different this year, because over 170 million new formatted letters are going to be sent out this year with simplified language to remind taxpayers of exactly how much they owe, letting them know simply if any mistakes have been made, etc., instead of using all their normal legal jargon. IRS Commissioner Daniel Werfel said, quote, "We need to put more of these letters into plain language, something an average person can understand without needing to hire a tax or legal professional. And just a reminder to everyone that this year's tax season starts on Monday of next week."
Yeah,
don't do tax evasion.
sure-
Tax
Yeah.
evasion bad.
Not a call to action.
Not a call to action.
But like seriously, tax
consider
evasion
paying-
is
consider
a
paying your
criminal.
taxes.
Consider paying your taxes. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
something to think about.
Danny, this is what was going in my mind when you were reading your story. Tax season right around the corner. You might notice it looks a little different this year. Bum bum bum.
Well, we have a sound effect board somewhere, Liz.
Yeah, we have a sound effect
You
board.
could've
Can
done
we?
bum, bum, bum. That's on the
Yeah.
sound effect, one of the boards, I believe.
Ah,
Drop the ball.
maybe next hour.
Yeah, but it is
Yeah.
okay. In all seriousness, it
How
is
much did
really.
you guys pay in taxes?
What? Yeah, we're not gonna talk
Yeah, how
about
much
numbers here.
Annual income,
Yeah.
Danny.
Well, listen, it sounds like they're gonna be a lot easier with the way they're reading it.
Yeah, in all
They're
seriousness,
easier
like
to read
it's
things,
it's gonna be
Which
way.
is gonna be awesome, I would imagine. I mean, this is gonna be my first year actually having to pay taxes, and I've always been kind of scared.
I was
With-
just
with
gonna
good
say the same
reason.
thing.
With
to be
good
honest.
reason.
So yeah, this sounds like it's gonna be great.
I feel like I'm the type to accidentally commit tax evasion because I don't know.
No, but I've always been afraid of
Yeah.
that.
I'll
Like,
see if I can find it to send it to you guys. But have you guys seen that meme where it's like, me, how much I owe, IRS, not tell, secret.
well,
Yes.
guess what? Guess
$10,
what?
jail.
Guess what? We don't
It's
have to
written
use
like
that
baby
meme
talk.
anymore because apparently it's gonna make it clearer for us.
It's gonna say you owe $10.
$10.
$10,
$10.
$10 bills.
$10.
So yeah,
Yeah.
taxes.
Well, Liz, you're the oldest one here. You've
Yes,
had to pay
I
tax
was
before.
gonna
Yeah,
talk about
Do you
that.
You're
have any-
old,
do you have any
period.
tax stories or any advice you want to give people?
Hey Liz, have you ever committed tax evasion?
I have not
Hey,
committed
Liz,
tax
you ever
evasion.
spent 20 days in a prison?
It's very easy to just pay your taxes. But no,
What advice have you for us?
For yes.
Or any fun stories?
So my biggest advice for someone who is unsure, first of all, how to fill out taxes, who's never done it before. There's many websites that can help you out with that. There's some that they will obviously charge you a fee, but they do let you kind of be in control of what numbers you put in and what kind of things you put in because you do it all manually. And there's other websites that will charge you a fee to do it for you, which is an option, but it is a little bit more of an expensive option. So those are the two options available to people. If you know someone who knows how to do it, you can also, who does it professionally. There's also that option. People can do it for you, like in person, like a person can fill them out for you. There's those options. I feel like for us, we're very technologically advanced as Gen Zers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have the art of Google.
the art of Google,
With
yes, Google and YouTube help.
Yeah.
But I think my other biggest piece of advice is deciding whether to file as a dependent or as an independent. And that really depends on your at-home situations, your financial situations that are personal to you. And it's something that you have to kind of keep in mind. And that's what I like about the manual services, I guess, where you type in everything because you can preview because a lot of them will tell you how much you're getting back or how much you're going to owe depending on the information you fill out. So you can go through and fill out the whole thing as if you were a dependent and then it'll tell you and then you can go back and change everything and see what would happen if you filed as independent. And it's interesting, yes.
It actually is pretty
Yeah.
cool,
But it does depend on your personal situation and like what you have going on at home and everything. But at the end of the day, your parents' stuff can affect you as well. So it's really something that you kind of have to speak with them about. But if you're not able to, for whatever reason, you can also just do it on your own and you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
Yeah.
going through with anything.
I
Yeah.
feel like a big thing of taxes is just like you just have to understand the paperwork and understand like what is
Just sound
going
like
on
it
on
got
that
easier than
screen.
ever.
And yeah, it does sound like it's gonna be easier than ever, but I know that this was like one of the main things that people had an issue with taxes and why we're terrified. So
Yeah.
it's good that
It can be very daunting. I feel like oftentimes it's very much like I guess it's really made into a huge thing, and that's what kind of intimidates people is that it's made out to be this really
it was like
really
over
big
dramatized,
document.
like very much.
Yeah.
Like, taxes.
For
You
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liz, what's your social security number?
That is
Hey,
that is classified information.
What are the
man.
last 4 digits you used to get into your dorm room?
Yeah.
She's a commuter.
I'm a
Yeah, I mean, oh man.
Danny, what are the last 4 digits that you used to get into your dorm room?
1, 2, 3,
Oh, let me guess. You didn't let me guess.
5.
5. We use 4 digits to get into our room.
Well,
Are you lying to me?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I'm not giving you open. You wouldn't be able to get in anyway.
Yeah, I will. I don't have access to that
Yeah,
building.
you don't have my A, you don't have access to the building, but B, you don't have my ID card to get in.
Why would I need your ID card to get in?
Who says we don't?
Yes.
Ooh.
We don't.
Wait, how do you get into your rooms in Blanton?
I mean, we scan the ID
You
card.
get in the ID
Yeah,
card.
since you don't have my ID card to scan the door.
I can
either.
you don't.
Who says we don't?
Oh, well, shush.
just shush. But yeah, math is hard. Taxes
Yes, that's why I'm happy I'm a BFA, so I don't have to take any math classes ever again.
taxes can be hard. and that's okay. The IRS has a lot of resources actually on their website that allow you to really get a full deep dive into what is required of you legally when it comes to taxes. So it's something that you can definitely use as a guide if you need it, if you want to use it as a guide. But we're going to go into one more quick break. And when we come back, we do have a very special interview. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be back. You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. That was Llegaste Tu by Jesse and Joy. Again, I'm really feeling the Latin rock vibes this morning. I don't know how you guys.
This has been your vibe for the day.
This has been my vibe for the day. I think I'm really into the Latin rock right now, and I want you guys to be into it too, if you want. Of course, not a call to action, but we have our special interview now. Joined with us this morning, we have Jasmine McKnight, the president of the Society of Unnatural Phenomena, right here at Montclair State University. And today we will be discussing what exactly this organization does on campus and how students can get involved. Welcome to WMSC, Jasmine.
Hello, thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you here. So just to start off and get going, can you tell us who you are and what exactly the Society of Unnatural Phenomena is?
Okay, so I'm the president of the Society of Unnatural Phenomena. This is my first semester in this role. And our society, we're just here for the fans. We're here for the horror movie fans, the gamers, artists, writers. We like to have events like arts and crafts. We do play a lot of games. This semester we have a lot planned. So like we're making flower crowns while learning about herbology, some horror movie trivia, and our open mic night. And our first event this semester would be our fan favorite Create a Cryptid, where all the participants get a little slip of paper. Somebody creates the head of like a creature or monster, somebody creates the body, and then somebody creates the legs, and then they all kind of mix and mingle until they create whole monsters. So that's kind of an idea of what we do.
I want to make a monster.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. I want to do that.
Yeah. Well, to move into a little bit of the history of the club. So, do you know when was the club founded? What was the inspiration behind it?
Yes.
Like,
yeah. So last year, this club is actually 2 years old now. This is probably its fourth semester running. But to our founder, shout out to our founder Sadie. She created this with her group of friends. She has like an interest for this kind of spooky theme that we got going on. Our closet literally looks like a Halloween decoration aisle. But yeah, so she was really into it and she saw that there wasn't a club like it. So she said, you know what, why not? And she got her friends together and made this.
Wow, that's really awesome.
That's great. We love hearing about students starting up clubs.
Yeah.
I definitely haven't heard of a club like this, so I think that's really cool.
That's perfect. That's nice.
Yeah, and so if students like myself are interested in attending the club meetings, what can they expect?
So yeah, come in. We always have some music playing. We've got a spooky playlist going on. You can, come in by yourself, come in with your friends. We're a friendly group, So, we'll welcome you in. You can take a seat, and then we usually get started 10 minutes into the meeting. We usually update people on what's going on. We do educate people about what we're talking about in case like nobody really knows. So you don't really need to know anything, like any background information to like participate in the games or in the trivia. We just like to, get together as a group of friends, and everybody's usually cheery and excited.
Now, you mentioned a spooky playlist. What is on the spooky playlist? I'm going off script a little bit here. I want to
Okay.
What's the spooky playlist?
Yeah, so like I'm not really sure like who wrote these songs, but we have things like Heads Will Roll, or like things from what are they, The Neighborhood, just like a fall playlist. I don't have the playlist on me.
Yeah. So like, could you give me an example of like, was there a specific supernatural or mystical topic that you guys covered that you thought was like super successful? If people were like, oh, what kind of,
Yeah, so we do like to, watch these ghost videos, debunk them, just random on YouTube, and just like kind of look and like see what we can find, talk about them, laugh about them, get scared about them. We also did an event. We joined many cultural orgs on campus, and we looked at folklore from their cultures. We looked at folklore, myths, fairy tales, and kind of looked deeper into those. And each org had their own presentation, just educating people about, the folklores from their cultures.
That sounds really cool. And as someone who comes from a background of tons of folklore,
Mhm.
I feel like that's really I feel like it's very inclusive in
Yeah,
that way.
definitely.
But it's interesting to hear about that. And so relating to that, like what kinds of events have you guys held, like besides that one that you just talked about?
Um, there was an event where we took a trip to Princeton University to look at the cemetery and like learn about the history and who's there. And they have this thing where they think the campus is haunted, so we kind of played around with that idea. We had a group of people, we took a bus over there and we kind of went around. They gave us these tools. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're like sticks and they like move around when like, a ghost or something is detected. We had EMF readers, which like beep if there's like a temperature change or like a possible ghost. So we were given those tools. We had a tour guide and we kind of just explored the city and the campus and things like that.
I'm surprised that they let you guys tour a cemetery. I don't know why I thought that wouldn't be allowed.
Oh no, I was surprised too. I was like, are we supposed to be here?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be here?
But we were.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool event. Very unique. And are there any events coming up this semester that you can tease, maybe?
Yes, so we're having a summer ween, which will be taking place in the quad, and it'll be like a fall festival. People will be coming in, we'll be playing games. There'll be raffles, gifts, and stuff like that. And then we're having our murder mystery party, which we're really excited for. Everybody will be assigned a role anonymously, randomly. Nobody will know who is who, so like we won't know who the murderer is or who the victim will be, or we don't know what's gonna happen. It's just like we're kind of gonna be playing with this storyline, and we can dress up. There's gonna be food. It's gonna be like a very fancy party, so I'm really excited for that.
It's giving Knives Out, Glass Onion,
Yeah.
Glass Onion vibes.
Yeah. Well, if listeners are interested in getting more involved with your club or learning more about it, where can they find some information about it?
So yeah, we are on Engage, Society of Unnatural Phenomena. Our Instagram and TikTok are the same, Montclair_sup. That's SUP. You can follow if you would like. Feel free to. And yeah, that's pretty much where we are.
Wow, I just want to say that I did not know this club existed, and I'm so happy that I learned about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so happy I get to sit here and talk about it with you guys.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like we have a lot of clubs on campus,
Oh, yeah.
but I feel like that's one that I've never heard of, and it's it seems like people really like it, and
Mhm.
I feel like I would like it too. And just thank you for joining us
Yes,
to
thank you
talk
for
about
having
that.
me.
I've learned a lot, and I'm gonna see if I can attend one of the meetings and see what it's all about.
Yes.
And I hope that you guys have a lot more events coming up and a lot more
Best
stuff.
of luck for the semester.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this
Thank you.
semester is just starting, and I
Yeah.
feel like there's so much that can happen this
Can I do
semester.
some shout outs?
Of course.
So I'd like to shout out the e-board, basically our Vice President Sydney, Events Coordinator Julie, our Secretary Michael, our PR team James and Javon, and of course our founder Sadie. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, it's been awesome having you, Jasmine. Thank you so much for coming. And we will be right back here on the Morning Buzz with some more regularly scheduled programming. Be right back. You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We are back on the Morning Buzz, and that was Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett. Fitting song for the interview we just had with the president of the Society of Unnatural Phenomena. In case you missed it, I'm sure we'll have it uploaded to YouTube and
Later
other
today
places.
or tomorrow or
Of
sometime.
course.
Not a call of action.
Not a call to action.
Not a
We're,
call
we're
to
just
action.
stating facts that we're uploading things to YouTube.
Yes. But before we reach the end of our first hour today, we have a very special segment with
Drum roll, please.
Riley.
Okay. All right. I'm very
Shut 'em
excited. Okay, so I like to call my segment Web Explorers. That's funny because I'm the web team. Anyway,
Wow.
web,
Rich.
yeah, web. So
Flip.
I am bringing you the worst of the internet, just the absolute, just most.
We got the best of it, we
yeah,
got the worst of it.
yeah, but I guess it could be
Riley-
the best or the worst.
Riley is bringing us the armpits of the internet.
Yeah, I would say so.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
So I would like to start by asking, do any of you know what water talk is?
like TikTok, but like water talk.
Yeah,
Wait, it says that when they're like, "Oh, you gotta be hydrated," like it's like super. No,
it's worse than that.
Oh, it's worse than that.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm not
for the-
imaginative
for
enough.
the listeners at home, I have clipped a Reddit clip here. This is a woman who, this is definitely satire here.
Starting
Who-
out strong with the Reddit.
So she has said that her son keeps losing her water bottles, or his water bottles, and so she buys him a glass purse, and pours water in here, and then we have great, like, and not just any water, because now the water's pink because we put fruit punch and sparkly glitter in here, and this is just an
Sparkly glitter.
Wait,
Yeah.
Whoa, sparkly.
Yeah.
Is it edible at least, or
Yeah,
like?
I think so.
It's
now-
gotta be.
Glitter can't be
Oh, she's
edible.
drinking it, so
Yeah, she's drinking it. Now, if you can click on the post if you want to see the how yeah. The purse is just an open glass purse. So imagine bringing just an open glass purse as like a 6-year-old on the bus. And she says that he's bringing this to school. He's gonna put it on the desk. He's gonna bring it on the bus. There's no cap. It's just an open glass purse. And she says in the post, right, it's too pink at the time, so she needs to put red food coloring in there because it would be too girly for him. So, but this is now this post in particular has to be satire. There's no way that this person is real. This trend is real. There is a subcategory on TikTok of people who only drink flavored, sparkly, colored water. There's
just that.
just that.
Just that.
I
There's
have-
no such thing as edible glitter. I just want to put that out
Okay.
there.
There is. I know for
So,
a fact there is.
I found some recipes. Do you want to hear some recipes?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So first we
Desperately.
have unicorn treat, 1 pump of tablespoon cotton candy Jordan skinny syrup, 1 pump of unicorn Jordan skinny syrup. I don't know what that means.
Unicorn.
I don't know. But you put that in the water. You put that in the water, and that's how you drink your water.
Oh.
We have another one. This was green apple blue raspberry, 1 packet of Jolly Rancher blue raspberry, half a packet of Jolly Rancher green apple, 1 pump tablespoon of candy apple Jordan skinny syrup. And that's how they're drinking their water. It's like the stuff you put in snow cones.
Oh. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm repulsed.
Okay.
Really?
That's the point. That
guys
is the
wanna-
point. I'm just what if her child drops it?
That's why I feel like that post is satire, but this category of people are not. Like there's like
I know that people
look, if
exist
you
that do
click
this.
water talk recipes. I'm on Pinterest right now. There is at least 50 of these.
This is awful. This is a calamity.
Yeah, so
I'm sad and upset and disappointed.
and if you look at the water, there's this one over here that I'm staring at that's half red, half green, and this is how they only drink their water. This is just straight
How
water.
does
Like
that not turn like violet or brown?
I don't know. I'm not listen. Or we have the Harley Quinn over here. 1 packet of strawberry nerds. 1 packet of blueberry Hawaiian punch and Skittles, just straight Skittles.
What is happening?
I'm not gonna lie, when you said water
Uh-huh.
trend, are you not part of TikTok or Instagram where people have started to make like, I don't know, cook water? Like that kind of trend where they're trying to make dishes with water where they like fry water and then add water and put water ice cubes and then like cut up water.
I don't know, but I
Because
just
it's weird. I don't know why I'm on that part, but I am.
speaking of more things, we have a kid-friendly menu where they're all superhero themed. We have the Angry Hoke here, which is a green apple and blue typhoon mixed together. I don't know what that means. I'm not on water talk.
Here's my question about this stuff, right? Is what possesses someone, right?
Mhm.
Sorry.
To be like, hey, I want to mix these things together and see how it tastes.
For a second, I thought you were gonna stop talking. Like, what?
What does this
Great
have?
question.
Beelzebub.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just messaging.
I'm not. I'm just scared for this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared for everyone involved's digestive system, honestly.
And this is how they only drink water, and they'll put it in their like Stanley cups, and they'll call it a night, and that's like how they're drinking. But, like, it is just like 40-year-old white woman on TikTok. Yeah. And I can't imagine that they actually give these, but like I strongly believe that they give their kids this stuff. And I mean, imagine just being like the 8-year-old of this like 40-year-old white woman who gives your kid only green water.
Very
That
sad.
is really sad.
Imagine you grow up and all the water you drink is like this green, like weird water. whatever.
Imagine like
And then you,
imagine
go out
leaving
into
the house
world
for the
and
first
like,
time and being like,
and-
oh, this is
exactly,
water.
Hey, do you want like a glass of water? Yeah, sure. They come over.
Like,
Just like
it was like
thing of
normal,
water.
transparent, and it's whoa, that's so exotic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That would be weird.
You
It would be-
think?
normal water would be the weird thing.
Yeah, normal water would be the
Like
weird
that-
thing.
Which is weird to me,
Yeah.
That is strange.
But
And-
TikTok is a very wild place. That's why I don't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us a daily dose of TikTok.
Yeah.
For the day.
Yeah. So that's the first segment of Web Explorers.
Interneted out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope,
I think-
I hope you know it only I hope you know it only gets worse from here.
It's only
Yeah, no, I'm
WMSC I'm already tired of the internet.
Yeah, it only gets worse from here. Good luck rest of the semester.
I don't want
I'm
it to get
excited.
We're
worse.
starting with water talk. Well, who knows what we'll end with?
I'm excited actually for your segment.
Yeah. So
Oh, I know.
This is
I know
fun.
what we're ending with. You're gonna have to
Remem-
stay tuned for that if you want.
you know what? You know the future?
Yeah, I'm a psych major actually. I know the future. I'm a mind reader,
Wow.
guys. Actually, no, psych majors are not mind readers. I'm spreading misinformation.
Well, you're spreading misinformation, but how about you spread some news, Rosh?
How about I
Give us a
spread
newscast.
some news? Yes,
Yeah.
I
Tell
do
us
have
what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on, Rosh.
Good 8 a.m. I'm Rosh Nakota, and this is WMSC News again. For our top story, a man was injured after the gun he was carrying inside a Costco went off by accident, police said. The incident happened at Costco's Brick Township location off Route 70 around 1 p.m. on Sunday. He sustained injuries that were not considered life-threatening, but police did not say if he was taken to a hospital. It was unclear if Costco staff took any safety measures after the gun went off. In international news, a magnitude of 7.1 earthquake in a remote part of China's western Xinjiang region killed at least 3 people and caused extensive damage in freezing weather. Rescue crews rushed to the area, and by evening, authorities said that 3 people had died and 5 were injured, with 2 of them being serious. Rescue crews combed through the rubble. Emergency survival gear, including coats and tents to help thousands of people who fled their homes, had arrived or were on their way, the official Xinhua news agency said. In local New Jersey news, the mayor of a borough in Middlesex County is accused in a lawsuit filed last week of telling police officers that she wanted a man removed from the municipal building because he is black and she and her staff did not feel safe. The alleged incident is recounted in a lawsuit filed on behalf of Richard Sasso Jr., a senior police patrolman who's suing the borough. And another local story is a 51-year-old man, Tim Hughes, of Bloomfield, was struck and killed in a hit-and-run crash while walking his dog at Eagle Rock Reservation, Essex County, earlier this month, officials said. Hughes was a co-founder and owner of Gotham Divers, a scuba business and training center in New York City. The Essex Sheriff's spokesman referred additional questions to the county prosecutor's office, which couldn't immediately be reached Tuesday. And again, the weather. Are you guys ready for the weather?
Yes.
Yeah.
So ready for the weather.
So ready
I
for
have
the
been waiting for this weather report all hour. I'm so excited.
all hour.
So
Okay.
excited.
So if you're a Monson person, today's today because we do have a little bit of rain coming in the afternoon. We have a high of 43 degrees and a low of 40 with cloudy skies and occasional rain showers throughout the afternoon. Weather.com still claims that winds in Montclair are quote unquote light and variable, which I do not believe personally as someone who lives on the campus of Montclair State University, which is on a mountain. So, which is also code for don't get your umbrellas out if you really like them because they will turn inside out. And for tomorrow's weather, which is called extended weather, with January 25th. Yes, we're already 25 days into 2024. How are things, guys? But that's a whole other conversation. But it definitely gets warmer, which is good because me and my roommate hate the cold. We do not do well in the cold. We do not thrive and survive in the cold. But there is still a 90% chance of rain, so anything can happen. I thought of this last night, and I really want to say it. Slay your way through the day. This has been WMSC News. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Slay.
I think we should slay our way into some sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I
time
think
for
we should.
sports
Yeah,
With-
I've been itching to know what's going
with
on.
Luis.
Sports. As a
Luis.
film major, it's very important. I know sports.
Don't interrupt the sports segment, Danny.
I'm hyping 'em up.
Luis, can you let us know what's going on in sports?
Yeah, of course. Good morning. I'm Luis Enrique Ruiz, and this is WMSC Sports. In the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks have fired their head coach, Adrian Griffin, after only 43 games. Assistant head coach Joe Prunty has now been appointed as the interim head coach. According to the Bucks general manager, firing coach Griffin was a tough decision, but the team is now working to find a new head coach. According to some reports, Doc Rivers is among their favorites to take the job. In the NFL, the Los Angeles Chargers are also on the hunt for a new head coach. There are some reports that they're holding negotiations with the coach of Michigan University, Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh, of course, has awakened the interest of many teams after a successful season with Michigan, where they won the national title. In the Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves superstar and reigning National League MVP, Ronald Acuna Jr., has been chosen as the face of the 2024 Troop Series 1 in the Major League Baseball. Since his first appearance in the league in 2018, Acuna has joined an elite group of only 4 players who have achieved 500 hits, 500 runs, and 150 home runs. Acuna now solidifies his comeback after an ACL injury in 2021. In MSU sports, the Montclair baseball team will host their annual First Pitch Dinner. This event will not only help raise funds for the program, but will also be an opportunity to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the 2000 championship team. With a newly renovated Yogi Berra Stadium, they're looking to win their first NCAA championship since the year 2000. This has been WMSC Sports. Back to you, Lisbeth.
Thank you so much for that
was a
sports
home run of the
update.
sports cast.
I agree. That was a great sports
Get it?
update.
That was a home run of
Get
a
it? 'Cause
sports
home run.
cast. Yeah.
It's not even baseball. It's like no.
Ah, Danny.
Have I ever told you that I was forced to film sports in high school and I walked up and I was like, all right, when do they when's the inning of the football game ending? And they were like, oh, you all cringed.
Wrong game.
You all cringed. There you go.
Wrong game.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
To me,
Yeah.
inning. Cricket has innings.
Does cricket have innings? I don't know. I've never,
Yes.
I've never watched or played cricket.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
watched and played cricket. Yeah.
That's great. Glad that it has innings. Football does not.
I know. I know.
Yeah, you were wrong, right?
Yes.
Speaking
But
of
am I in the wrong?
which am I in the wrong? I'm trying to do it twice.
Twice. Yeah, it's time for Am I in the Wrong? Our first Am I in the Wrong of the semester. Every single day of Buzz has something different, but we have Am I in the Wrong? You gotta join us if you'd like. as
Yeah,
we
and I
deep dive.
and we have a guest. Like we have this little guest, so we're gonna introduce the guest after like reading the things. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna deep dive into the world of Reddit and messy situations. And just a quick disclaimer, these stories are not our personal experiences. These are stories from anonymous people on Reddit.
Liz, I'm a little bit scared
Why are you scared?
because
With good
we're doing,
reason.
we're doing a
With
lot
good-
of deep diving into Reddit today.
Yeah, there's a lot of Reddit deep
I got-
dives
I got
today.
I got my Reddit scuba suit ready. Hyped.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
this first one is it's not too bad, but I feel like some people are going to be very angry in the room, and it is because it's very straightforward, but that's what makes me mad about it. And it is, am I in the wrong for ignoring 40 plus calls from my boyfriend? I went out with a group for my boyfriend's birthday, and on our way back to his truck, we found out that it was towed. We walked into the store from the parking lot it was towed from. My boyfriend was heated and being rude to the employee, so his friend took him outside. I stayed talking to the employee for information to the towing company, and he replied all the information would be in the parking lot. I walked out and got the company on the phone, and unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to pick up the vehicle until the next day. I looked around, and to my surprise, everyone had left me alone. Upset I was left alone in a place that isn't the safest, I walked to the nearest gas station to call an Uber. My boyfriend called me, but I was so upset that everyone had left me, I decided not to answer. Am I in the wrong for this?
Not gonna lie, this is the most straightforward
Yeah.
Reddit
That's what I'm
thing
saying.
I've ever
It's so
read.
straightforward, but I feel like we don't have a lot of details at the same
Yeah,
time.
I mean, that's always an issue.
Yeah, I would say you're not really in the wrong. I mean, maybe if they're calling that much.
40 calls is crazy.
40 calls is crazy.
I would say maybe if like the boyfriend's really concerned is calling you that much times, maybe like shoot them a text like, "Hey, I got home" or something like that. But like, no, they left you alone. Like, I don't think you need to pick up if you're mad at them. You're.
Also, I disagree with like no. Okay, wait. Let me get. Someone's to see.
Rosh is like, wait, let me explain.
Yes.
No, I believe in you. Come on. Okay.
You do it, Rosh.
I forgot what I wanted to say.
All right, well,
Sending you the mind powers.
Okay, wait, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I'm gonna talk.
okay. I'm talking. You're not. You gotta come. You gotta. Yeah. I don't know. No, you're not. You're not.
Danny has this thing about whispering into the mics.
That's
90
annoying. No,
90.3 WMSC Upper
Yo,
Montclair.
Listen, as someone who did this last semester, I have heard a lot of these, and this is literally the most calm I think I've ever heard. Like, this is like so calm.
Yeah, this is chill. Liz, we gotta find some.
Rosh, this is the voice of Montclair. You have to find your voice.
That's so okay. That's turned around on me. Okay. Basically,
Speak your truth.
I mean, I was talking about how there's no details. We don't have a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Hold on.
that's probably why I can't
listen,
see right now.
I was known for this last semester. I'm gonna find the original post and give you more details. All right. All
okay.
right.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
was no
do it.
updates. I was really upset, but we can talk about the comments.
Yeah,
Rosh, do you remember the C's?
the what?
The
Yes,
C's.
I do remember.
Seven seeds.
There's there's
Oh, yo, hello, pirates life.
no.
I do have the C's.
So on Monday Buzz last semester, we came up with the basic C's for Am I in the Wrongs? And it's like basically these C's are the only way that you can solve any of these Am I in the Wrong situations. And I believe Rosh wrote it down.
Yes, I did write it down. It's basically context, communication, common sense. That was my addition. Criteria, compromise, and come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of like this person's take. This is truly childish of both of you. Why did he leave in a temper tantrum without telling you? But also, why did you not call him before going to the gas station? Communication isn't your guys' strong suit? Question mark.
Yeah.
Communication. See?
Yeah.
All the C's fit
All the
into this.
C's fit into this, and the fact they all start with the letter C.
Atlantic Sea, Pacific Sea.
Ha 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 ha.
Wait, is Antarctic Sea a thing? No, right?
The
They
Red
they
Sea.
Ocean's a thing, I think.
Yeah.
Why is it called the ocean?
I
and not
failed
the sea?
geography.
We're getting sidetracked.
Anyway.
We're getting sidetracked.
I got.
Wait,
one.
what's Reddit's vote?
We didn't vote.
What?
Oh yeah, wait, yeah.
We
gotta
didn't
on it.
vote.
Wait.
Not in the wrong.
I don't
would
think
say
she's
not
in the wrong. I think they're both being immature, but
Yeah.
both.
Well, what did Reddit say?
Reddit said not in the wrong.
Yep.
I said not to. Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
we were right because we're cool.
Yeah, because we are cool and awesome.
Here
But
we go.
before Danny reads the next one, I just want to preface this one's probably
That's a weird.
going to be very split. This next one. It's not
Really?
weird.
You
It's
think
just
so?
like
It's not weird. Okay.
I feel like half
have
the
a
room
reference.
is gonna disagree with it and half the room's gonna
I have a
agree.
reference.
Okay.
Am I in the wrong for expecting my brother to pay for a new phone after I damaged mine saving his son?
That.
This took a plot twist at the end. Okay. My 19 male brother, 24 male, was watching his son, 3, when they were over at our parents' place this weekend. But he got distracted for a minute, and my nephew fell into the backyard swimming pool. Thank God I heard it in time and jumped into the pool and saved him. We were all aware a tragedy could have happened, and everyone is still in shock. My father has already started working on gating the pool. I did have another kind of financial loss, though, because I had my cell phone in my pocket when I jumped in the pool and is now dead. I told my brother I will look to buy a new one and send him the bill. He thinks he's not responsible for paying, since he cannot believe that's what I'm thinking about after his son almost died. So I said it was his fault that his son almost died. He should be down on his knees thanking God and kissing my feet for saving his son's life. And the least he can do is pay for a phone of my choice. My mother says to give him time. Am I in the wrong for insisting here?
Wow.
What? No.
Yeah.
Has an ego.
This is
is
the part that
why.
gets me.
That's why I knew that we were gonna be so split on this because yes, you did a good deed, but now you're expecting something in return, which is not what kindness entails.
Exactly. Like you shouldn't like what if you found out that before his son fell into the pool, like would you just not save his son?
Yeah.
And like the part that almost gets me, he should be down on his knees
Yeah.
thanking God and kissing
Yeah,
my
I
feet
gotta
for
say,
saving
I
his
think
son's
this guy's in
life.
the wrong.
I mean, he could want to expect to have a phone, but he's got one ego. He's got one ego about it.
He's like unreasonable that like, hey, listen, this is
I
you
saved-
stepped
yeah.
away, so I had to do the thing that ended up like I get it, but
No,
like
yeah, the fact that he has a savior complex.
yeah.
It's the way he's like. I don't think wanting your sibling to pay for your phone or something like that is the wrong thing. I think it is the He should be down on his knees, kissing God and thanking my
That's
You're
crazy.
praising
Like,
Holy Mount Zion.
yeah. Like, so you say it was his fault that his son almost died. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's like, again, the way this is written is making it sound like, there were multiple people there. The brother like turned around for 1 second and suddenly that happened. Like there were other people
and,
there.
like,
yeah.
It sounds like at the very
my-
least it sounds
my nephew
like
fell into the pool. Our
Yeah.
fathers already started working on getting the
Yeah.
pool.
It
Like,
sounded
yeah.
It sounded like you were there, your brother was there, and both parents were there because you mentioned both of them in
Yeah.
the post. So there were multiple people there. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily your brother's fault 100%.
It's definitely not his brother's fault. Like, who
Yeah.
can predict
I
that kind
think
of
we
thing?
shouldn't have to expect parents to watch their kids 24/7.
Exactly.
He shouldn't.
Like, they
yeah.
know-
Especially when there's
yeah.
multiple other adults there.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like you assume responsibility a bit when
Exactly.
you're
You're
around
an
when you're in
adult.
it when you're in a like when you're with a young child, 3 years old, and you're in a environment where that kid could possibly, get
And
injured or
it's
something
your
like that. Like
relative. It's
yeah,
your
especially if it's
family.
your relative. Then it's kind of I feel like it's your responsibility to make sure that kid is as safe as they can be. And to make
No,
sure that
that's
the kid
just
doesn't get
called
hurt.
being
So,
a
like,
family.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
In the wrong. Yes.
We all agree on that?
I don't
Yeah.
think it's a split. I just think that one comment just made everyone go. Like,
Yeah.
I understand what he wants, but like,
I mean, it's also like the way he asks.
like, yeah, he got it. Like, yeah.
Liz, which of the C's do you think is this? Because I think it's come on.
This seems
I
like
think
come
it's
on.
Yeah.
come on.
Reddit. What? Reddit said not wrong.
I told you guys. I was shocked when I saw the response.
Oh,
Everyone
my
thinks he's not in the wrong.
God.
And I'm like, does everyone in this Reddit thread have an ego also?
Yeah, it's okay. To be fair, it is Reddit, and if you use Reddit religiously like this,
Okay,
you're not a good person.
But still. Still. Oh my God.
Danny had to take the
I was
glasses
gonna say,
off.
Danny took his glasses off. Danny's
Yeah,
mad.
that was.
The glasses come off for this.
Yeah. I knew you guys were gonna be
Why?
shocked. I was just waiting for like the ball to drop and you guys to be like, wait a
on,
second.
man.
This is not
I
correct.
should have known that we would explode.
I knew you guys would explode because
That actually is probably one of the craziest ones I think I've seen in this whole like 2 semesters of doing this.
That's,
Yeah,
that's my C right now is come on.
Come on, man.
Come
Like
on.
That one's crazy.
crazy.
Again, I don't think he's in the wrong for wanting a phone. I think his entire personality seems like he is just not a good person to be around. But
Yeah, literally.
Oh no, I don't want to be around this person. No.
I wouldn't want.
No.
I wouldn't want this guy saving my kid.
Demand that I buy him a new
Just
phone.
because you don't want to buy him a phone, Danny.
No, because
Get a
you
job.
gotta be entitled about it.
Yeah, I was shocked when I read this.
Well, that-
I didn't have any words, and I know you guys also don't
on.
have words.
that was a good one, Liz. That was
Yeah,
a
that
good
was
one.
a good one.
I knew. I just knew. So now the advice here is just be careful. Don't put your phone in your pocket before you jump
Yeah,
in
I
the
guess
pool.
My suffering is like I take 3. I know that you're panicking. You were thinking about saving the sun. Takes 3 minutes to go like this.
But also, like, why would
Yeah.
you be thinking about your phone
Yeah,
when, like,
I-
a
I-
literal
I
human
don't know
being
why
is
he didn't
drowning
think
in
of
a
it.
pool?
All I'm saying is it's like I don't know. Like I know your thought process isn't like that, but it also just takes 3 seconds to toss it out of your
Yeah,
pocket.
if his priority is like his cell phone, then he would like take the
Yeah.
time to.
Again, what I'm
just
saying
look
is
at it.
you assume responsibility when you're taking care of a kid, even if there's other people there.
Exactly.
Like you kind of have to.
Even if it's
take
not
the
your
risk,
kid,
yeah.
even if it's a stranger's kid, like it's a kid. Like save the kid, man.
Take your kids to swimming lessons. Moral of the story.
This is like that
Yeah.
episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They're
Start-
trying to figure out whether or
start
not,
swimming
whether
lessons.
or not
Do
Frank
those-
or Dennis is at fault for getting.
You
in
know
a car
those
accident.
TikToks where those like swimming people just throw the babies in there and they start to swim.
Yeah.
Do
Do
that
that,
with your
do
kids.
that.
Dennis assumed
I mean-
responsibility when he took that bowl of cereal into the car. This guy assumed the
I mean, I
responsibility
feel
when
like
he
this kid already
said
got
he would
that.
help watch the kid.
I feel like this kid already got that kind of experience where he was just like thrown into the pool. But well, like he's also 3. How old is he? Like his name.
Yeah, and those
he's 8.
infants can swim, so teach your kid to swim.
Yeah.
I can't swim.
Can I swim when I'm I like this.
No, I can't. I learned how to swim when I was 13.
Yeah, I learned to swim at like 10.
I still can't swim, so if you throw me in water right now, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
I just have like flashbulb memories of like 12 years ago, and like someone like taking me into the middle of the pool and like submerging me.
Swimming with the fishes now.
Oh,
I don't know. I was like 4, and I was still in the U.S. by that time. So like,
No, but I more of a story. I do think it's important to teach your infants to swim because stuff like this happens, and yeah, that is the moral of the story.
Not like to swim, like teach them how to like float.
Yeah, not even to swim, just how to recover,
Yeah.
how to get your head above water.
Yeah,
so that
get your head above water, get the air
Survival
in.
skills.
Yeah.
That should be the thing we do instead of Am I in the Wrong?
survival skills.
We could be everyday survivalists.
survival.
MSC survives.
All right, guys. Next week, I'll find the worst survival videos out there.
Or web
If
explorers.
you see a bear, no matter what color it is, just run at it. That
Liz,
can't go wrong.
bears.
Bears. We
We
had a
love
Bear
bears.
Hall of Fame last
We have
semester.
two that are-
Yes.
He was
It
not
was
in that
blood and
Hall
honey.
of Fame
My
because that's so
favorite
generic.
Do you remember Tripod? He was my favorite one. Tripod is this what was he, a polar bear? Like
No, he was a black bear, and he
Oh.
had
Those are two very different bears.
I would argue complete polar opposites on this.
Very different bears.
But
Yeah.
nah, he was
he was a three-legged bear named
three-legged bear.
Tripod.
One of them is like the most chill bear. One of them is the most violent bear. So
Not even that. I mean,
Yeah,
one's white and one is black.
Trying to
So
uh,
even the colors are polar opposites, buddy.
the yin and yang of the bears.
Go to Bub. Just we're done.
Go Bears! Go Bears!
Let's go Bears. I actually
Bears.
dressed up as a bear and came to Buzz.
I think that we need to meditate real quick in studio.
get our
So
temperament back.
we'll be back, and then when we come back, we're just gonna have more angry yelling from Danny because he's gonna talk about the Oscars and the Oscar
Oh.
nominations that we had yesterday. But we'll be back with that. And we're back on the morning buzz. As
We
you
are.
just heard, we are talking about the Oscar
Yes, we are.
nominations, which if you just heard our little promotions
Yeah.
for your show, Danny.
Yeah, movies till midnight.
Movies till
Movies till
midnight.
The
If you got some
premieres.
time till midnight, then
Yeah.
maybe Danny's show is interesting for you.
Sundays
Yeah.
from 10 to midnight.
Yeah, but something happened yesterday at 8:30 in the
Yeah, we got
morning.
the Oscar noms. And
Oscar
as,
noms.
As Drew just so eloquently talked about, some of the nominations, but I'm just gonna go through the list of all the
This is Danny's time
categories.
to
This
shine.
is my time to shine. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, last semester I had a whole movie
Before I have
Before
a
the dark
little
films.
before you go off on your monologue, I have a little advice for
Oh, yeah, go
you. Just
Relax, calm down now. Don't stress. Take it easy.
I'm gonna try, but I will say some of these nominations do make me very angry, and we're gonna touch on them.
I figured.
So here we go. I also have my list of what my predictions were off the side here, so I can compare. So best picture category, I actually really don't have any complaints about this category. This is actually pretty good. I would take Maestro out. I didn't think Maestro was good, and we're gonna talk more about why that is later, because it got an obscene amount of nominations for how bad a movie it was. But yeah, I honestly don't really have anything bad to say about this category other than that. This is a good category. Oppenheimer's gonna win it. I don't really think that's too controversial of a take. Yeah, that one's fine. Lead actor, this is actually a very strong category, except for Bradley Cooper in Maestro, who was bad in it and was a bad movie. Kind of surprised that DiCaprio didn't get nominated. I kind of thought that he was going to get that for Flower Moon, but it's fine. These are all good performances. It's going to go to Cillian Murphy or Paul Giamatti. We'll see. Actress in a leading role. People are mad that Margot Robbie didn't get nominated. I don't really understand why. Honestly,
You gotta at least understand
Wow.
why.
I don't because no one was really talking about her performance specifically in the movie that much though. Like
I feel like they
that
still
he was never
were,
really
like,
the thing people were talking about with Barbie.
I mean,
much.
I guess they were
You know,
like
she
really
was the-
talking about her being Barbie, not like
Yeah.
her like performing
Yeah.
specifically.
Like, you know, you can talk about her being snubbed, okay, whatever, but like, she probably wouldn't even. She might not even have been in the top 10 for this,
Oh,
list,
wow.
honestly. Like, no Natalie Portman on here, no Greta Lee on here. Like, very disappointing. I didn't see Annette Bening in Naiad, so I can't say how good she was.
Yeah, Nicole
She
is
was not that good. Let's be real here. She really didn't do that much. She
Shout
wasn't
out.
bad, but this was a very. This is a good cat. This is a very strong category for
would
Best
you
Actress.
would you say that America was more of the lead actress in that film than she was?
Who? Sorry, repeat that again.
Would you say that America was more of the lead actress in that film than she was?
She had more character development than Barbie.
Yeah, she definitely had a lot more
Barbie really
character
didn't do,
development.
which we'll
so-
talk about because that category is coming up soon. But yeah, this is a very strong category this year. Yeah, prediction: Lily Gladstone. Wouldn't be unhappy if Sandra Hüller or Emma Stone got it. Supporting actor, really good category this year for supporting actor. Kind of upset that Charles Melton didn't get nominated. But pleasantly surprised that Sterling K. Brown did get nominated. Because he was very good in American Fiction. Locking De Niro for Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer.
Ooh, Robert Downey
Yeah,
Jr.
it would be very, very funny if Ryan Gosling won. I don't think that's gonna happen.
That made me
I remember
so
he
mad.
got it,
Really
yeah.
He would be
funny.
so
I
mad.
would be really angry, I think, if that happened. That'd be like the most passive aggressive acceptance speech ever, I feel like.
Did you see him when his song won at the
Oh,
last
yeah.
awards? He would be. He's
Yeah.
gonna flip.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good category. This is a strong category. Only complaint is that there's no Charles Melton, but these are also 5 award-worthy performances, so that's fine. Supporting actress, I didn't really have that many predictions for this one going in, so I don't really have that much to say about these. America Ferrera getting nominated for Barbie is very interesting because she really only has the one like monologue scene, which is probably the
Wait,
only
what
reason
did she get
got
nominated
for
for?
Barbie. She was the mom in Barbie.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm confused.
but she got nominated for an Oscar for that performance.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is very interesting. I don't really get it other than like the one monologue scene that people thought was good.
Thought it was inherently
yeah.
good. It was
Uh,
a good monologue
It,
scene.
it was a good monologue.
Yeah.
The thing was, it was relatable by like for like literally every woman in the
Yeah,
world.
which I can't speak to. So, you know, people found stuff
Oh, you
empowering
think?
about it.
Yeah,
great.
yeah, you can.
I can't
Yeah,
speak to that.
yeah. Danny can't.
Be
Yeah.
quiet, Danny.
I'm not listen. All right. So didn't see Color Purple or Naiad. Prediction Divine Jordan Randolph for Holdovers because she was awesome in that. Director. This is a good category for director. I like seeing Justine Triet in there. I didn't see Zone of Interest yet, but happy that's getting stuff. People are upset that Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated. I kind of get it, but also I'm really happy with this lineup. So people need to be celebrating Justine Triet getting nominated because that not a call to action, but that was a really good movie, really, really well directed.
I just think if a woman wins that area, it's gonna be a win for everyone.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yes.
I would love for Justine Triet to win. I do think Christopher Nolan's going to win, which I would also love for him to win because I thought Oppenheimer was fantastic.
Oppenheimer was fantastic.
In terms of direction, honestly, I would say it's probably Nolan and Triet probably close second though, honestly, because she did a really good job with that. Cinematography, very weird seeing El Conde get a nomination because I did not think that was going to get anything. I didn't even have it any. I hadn't thought about that movie in several months, to be honest with you. I would say deserved the nomination. Maestro getting a nomination is very funny because I didn't really think it looked that special. Oppenheimer is probably going to get it. Poor Things would be nice to see if that happened. International feature, I don't understand why Anatomy of a Fall didn't get nominated for this, even though it got nominated for like every other category. Only one of these that I saw was Society of the Snow, so I can't really say anything about that. Best Adapted Screenplay, we got Barbenheimer. We got both of them got nominated. Afi is probably gonna win. Even though I would argue no, that actually had I don't know. These are all good scripts actually. Honestly, Barbie's probably the weakest one out of all of these nominations here for adapted screenplay, but whatever. Why is that even adapted? Whatever. Original screenplay. Nice to see Past Lives actually getting something. Anatomy of a Fall, nice. This is the only thing May December got nominated for. I think it deserves it if it wins. These are all good except for Maestro. Would be happy with any of those. Didn't see any of the short films, or the documentaries. And now we come to animated.
Studio Ghibli.
Boy and the Heron, very happy that got nominated. Deserves. Would be very happy if that won. Spider-Verse would also be very happy.
Spider-Verse
was also awesome. Nimona was good. Happy that that got something. Didn't see Robot Dreams.
What is Elemental doing there? I'm glad that we were on the same page.
Why on earth did they nominate Elemental?
It was a good movie. It wasn't the best one on this list.
I'm sorry. I can name like 5 other animated films this year that are 10 times better than Elemental.
I was just gonna say,
I heard it was really good.
I saw it, and
Yeah.
I'm so upset. And I think we talked about this on the Morning Buzz yesterday. I am an avid Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe fan.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
And I'm so upset that movie didn't get nominated because, first of all, the music they picked was so good. The animation style was really giving Spider-Verse-esque kind of style in a way, but it still had its own unique twist on it. And it was just a nice spin on the original story of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and their origin story in general.
I've heard very good things about it.
It was such a good movie.
And I was gonna watch it because I assumed it was getting nominated for an Oscar.
No,
But apparently not.
I'm lucky I saw it in theaters. I'm so lucky that I saw it.
I mean, I'm happy that Wish didn't get nominated.
That's true.
No, that one was. I didn't
feel
even
like
watch it, and I know it's not Oscar worthy.
This category could.
I feel like if we put Studio Ghibli though, I feel like Suzume should have been on there. That movie was really good.
That was good.
That movie was so good. In fact, that movie was so good that I took my very other stuff. Like, I'm very into the animated stuff. I took my sister who had never touched any of that, and she watched the entire movie, and she's like, that movie was so good. And I was like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think this is a toss-up between Ghibli and Spider-Verse. Honestly, I don't really know.
100%. Yeah.
I would be happy with either.
Yeah, I think they both. Yeah, like either way, that's like a. If it's one of those two, that's a win.
It's gonna be one of those two. There's no way.
If it's Elemental, we riot.
If Elemental, I will actually be very upset.
Spider-Verse and Studio, wait, how's it pronounced? Ghibli?
Ghibli.
Or
It's Ghibli. Yeah.
It's Ghibli and Ghibli.
It depends on the person. It's not like it's
Studio G. Or it's Spider-Verse, like there's no way Elemental.
No.
Like it has to be that.
No. Didn't see any of the documentaries, shorts, or features, so sorry. Best original song. Very funny that the Flamin' Hot movie, the Cheetos movie, got an Oscar.
The Cheetos movie?
I forgot that came out.
Which movie deserves an Oscar more, that one or Elemental?
Well, I didn't see.
I didn't. Yeah, I can't say I saw. Yeah,
I did not know there was a Cheeto movie.
I didn't know either. But
yeah, it was a documentary about how the flaming hot Cheetos were made, or it was like not a documentary. It was like a life story, but it wasn't true. That's the thing, is that the guy who actually made flaming hot Cheetos didn't get the credit for it. So it was just it was just like a rich white dude who stole the idea, and they didn't they didn't write about the original person in the movie. So it just kind of
Oh wow.
2 Barbie things, which is cool. Very cool that Killers of the Flower Moon got a nomination. That's very cool. It's obviously gonna go to one of the Barbie songs. I think it's gonna go to the Billie Eilish one. I would love for it'd be so funny if it went to I'm Just Kidding.
No,
it would be so
Ryan Gosling will lose it.
Ryan Gosling will lose it.
I'm just happy it's
But
nominated.
Billie Eilish will more realistically
I'm just
win.
happy it got nominated because that means we're probably gonna get a live performance. That's all I need. I don't need it to win.
We need an Oscar watch party.
I kind of feel like going Dark Horse and going John Batiste's song from American Symphony because that's the only nomination it got, but that's not gonna win. So one of the Barbie songs, cool. Original score. Now, this category makes me want to I don't know. Makes me very mad. I'm very mad about this category.
Are you?
So Oppenheimer.
Can't tell.
Okay. Oppenheimer, really good score, really good soundtrack. Oppenheimer deserves it. Awesome. Because of the Flower Moon, also very well deserved. Awesome. Poor Things, great. American Fiction's a little bit interesting. I don't really know why that's there. I didn't think the score was that memorable. And then instead of nominating Ghibli for music, Instead of nominating Spider-Verse for music,
They didn't nominate Spider-Verse.
they nominate Indiana Jones and the Dial of
That's
Original score.
That's original score.
I am
That
actually,
seems-
the more I
that's-
thought about this one, the
There's no
angrier I get.
connection. There's no
Yeah.
connection.
The more I think about this, the
You
angrier
know
I
what?
get.
When you put it in perspective, when it was next to Spider-Verse
Yeah.
and Ghibli, that's crazy.
It's
That is
like,
a
it's the choice between Indiana
Oh.
Jones and Spider-Verse and Ghibli. Like, come on.
okay.
Like,
If you really want to put a competition, if you want to compete something
yeah,
against
this
Spider-Verse,
actually makes me kind of angry. The more, and listen, I am an Indiana Jones 5 apologist. I thought it wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it, but like original score, there wasn't a piece of original music in the whole movie.
yeah, Indiana Jones is a great movie.
Come
like,
on.
great. But like, what?
This is
what?
this
Like,
is
their
ridiculous. Actually,
priority was not. There was no way their
I
priority
like
was
Wyatt
is
loses.
to give John Williams an Oscar nomination, even though he probably didn't write it himself, honestly, because he's like 90 years old.
Oh my
He
god.
probably didn't even do it himself. Anyway, moving on to makeup and hairstyling. Very surprising that Barbie didn't get nominated. What are you laughing at, Rosh?
I'm not laughing.
Oh, you good? Very funny that Maestro's on here because the makeup was terrible in that. I'm reading this off of CNN's article on it, and you can see Bradley Cooper's amazing fake nose in the movie. 10 out of 10, totally deserves an Oscar nomination. Costume design, very funny that Napoleon's getting any nominations. Barbie deserves it. That'd be great if Barbie won. Editing, very weird. Editing's a weird category. I feel like it's usually just, I don't know. I feel like it's always kind of interesting what movies get nominated for that. Love seeing Anatomy of a Fall on there. Very funny seeing Killers of the Flower Moon on there. It's probably gonna go to Oppenheimer, but Anatomy of a Fall probably deserves it. Sound, haven't seen most of these actually. Probably gonna go to Oppenheimer. Very funny that Maestro is on here. Why does it? Whatever. I'm over it. Production design, Barbie deserves it probably because I mean they literally caused a shortage in how much pink paint there was in the world. So I would say that one probably deserves it. Funny that Napoleon's getting Oscar nominations. Visual effects, it's gonna go to Godzilla. And very funny that Napoleon what visual effects were even in Napoleon? And yeah, that's the Oscars. They're on March 10th. If you want to hear more in-depth stuff about it, if you're interested, Movies Till Midnight will be covering it on Sunday at 10 p.m. Here on at WMC Radio. And hopefully we will be covering it live when the actual ceremony happens, but remains to be
One
seen
can hope.
whether or not that's happening because it falls during spring break this year, so kind of just depends whether or not we're gonna stay an extra couple days. But yeah,
We could always pre-record it.
how are we gonna pre-record it?
I don't know. I'll find a way.
Liz,
You
they get
can
announced on the.
pre-record
I'm
it.
talking about recording it and then airing it later.
Oh, we could.
I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
never
I
know.
don't know. Well, maybe that'd be cool, but yeah, that's the Oscars.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah, I
Oscars.
just-
That
like
was
20
Danny's
minutes.
little rant. Yeah, for the 20 minutes.
Like 20 minutes of
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Riley and I got a little bit of aggression in the middle. So
Yeah, thank you, Indiana Jones and the
yeah, that was a crazy
the
one.
Dial of Destiny. Come on.
Original scores.
Anyway,
Danny's still so mad about that.
Is
doesn't
he?
make
I
any
can't
sense.
tell.
He goes to bed angry about that.
It's such a good score though. Ghibli had such whatever. What are we
Danny, are
talking
you?
about now?
Well, we're gonna go on a quick break to cool down some of this anger heat. That
I
we
don't
have
think that's
going.
possible.
Yeah, no, my.
Well, we're
fire
gonna
is-
try while we listen to Invierno by Rake. Goodbye. We'll be back.
If I could, I don't know. If I may, I think you're the first one. on.
Okay,
on
I
this.
just think we need to preface with some context.
It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get wacky. It's gonna get wonky. It's
I
gonna
think
get silly goofy.
I think that
Wow,
we need
that
to
was
just
so many synonyms.
Yes.
I think that we need to take a moment to acknowledge internet trends as Riley took us into
Web explorers.
earlier with web
Yeah.
explorers.
We're
I
exploring
just
the dark web.
That's
the
final-
web,
that's the final episode.
I'm bringing you guys to the dark web for the final episode.
Okay. I
Okay.
know you're listening. I'm
The
sure
dark
you're very
web.
happy that we're talking about the dark web on air now.
Nicole, I'm pretty sure you're very Nicole. That's Liz.
Liz,
So,
what?
so I need to
Wait.
talk about a girl and her Stanley Cups. Just a girl
Okay.
and her Stanley Cups. A 23-year-old woman was arrested after allegedly stealing 65 stainless steel Stanley Cups valued at $2,500 in total. The crime took place on January 17th when the woman was stopped after authorities saw the Stanley items overflowing from her vehicle's passenger seat and trunk. The staff of the store where the theft happened told the police that they, quote, saw a woman take a shopping cart full of Stanley water bottles without paying for them. The suspect refused to stop for staff and stuffed her car with the stolen merchandise, end quote. So if you look at the article, which I have linked, which for those who are listening at home, I will give you a quick description of what you're about to, or what we're about to look at, which
The
is
trunk was overflowing with Stanley Cups.
the policeman or woman who arrested this woman. They basically took out all the Stanley Cups out of their car and took a picture of it, I guess for documentation purposes. But it's just a picture of a Ford Explorer with just a pile of Stanley Cups.
Just a big old pile on there.
Do you think she was reselling? I would imagine she was reselling, right?
That would make sense.
It makes
You don't buy
sense.
that-
I
you don't
mean,
steal that many cups. if
you never
Yeah.
know. There could be an obsession.
That's true.
Yeah.
There could be an
Like, I
obsession.
remember reading about this one person who like loved the color yellow, so like everything in her house was like yellow, like her clothes were yellow, like as one does. So like I feel like this would be that if this is that kind of situation, it would be very interesting to see what her house.
Well,
looks
did
like.
you see that like stores are now keeping the Stanley Cup lids at the front so that you have to pay for them and then get the lid because people are stealing them?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I
The level of trust that people have in other people is
is
Look at
very
is
low.
justified.
It's
justi-
very
it was
low.
Justified.
Yeah.
No, I think that I think we just need to acknowledge this craze is it's
It's
getting a
something.
little
Somebody.
it's something for sure, but it's getting a little bit out of hand. I think this obsession with Stanley Cups is just it's become a meme at this point. Yeah, but you know
I'm
what else is special?
No.
So we have this wonderful thing at the end of the Wednesday Buzz called Whole Lotta Wholesome, where we give you guys some wholesome news, some wholesome stories to end off your morning. And I want Danny to tell us about this thing going on in Ridgewood.
So I just want to say this is called Whole Lotta Wholesome. This is like the most depressing headline I've ever seen.
But it's wholesome
not
that
wholesome.
people are fighting for this.
All right.
That's what makes it wholesome.
Yeah, well, there's a
I'll explain after you
Yeah, please
tell
do.
us what's
Let me
going
start,
on.
yeah. Well, there's a nearly century-old theater in Ridgewood, which is about to close down. The historic Warner Theater in downtown Ridgewood will be ceasing its movie operations and will be shutting down on this upcoming Sunday, January 28th. The four-screen cinema opened on June 15th in 1932 as a single-screen movie theater. Then the Bowtie Partners purchased the theater in 2013. Its affiliate has operated as a movie theater ever since. The real estate agency has announced that they are planning to redevelop the space and possibly transform it into a single auditorium performing arts venue. The company saying the COVID pandemic caused dramatic changes to the movie theater business, particularly in older venues, and the business is no longer viable at that location. This is not wholesome, Liz.
What's
This is
wholesome
very
about
sad.
it? What's wholesome about it is
it's bonding people together.
yeah,
in-
because
in
what I was gonna say is
protest.
that the residents of New Jersey as a whole, and mostly Ridgewood area, but the residents have not band together, but they are all very upset about this,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of
Yeah, it's got a community aspect. I
there's
see
a
what Liz
CBS
is saying.
News
Yeah.
article where there's some quotes from people, and there's one that says, quote, yeah, my kids come here a lot, and then another one said, quote, yeah, we go with the family and date night too, end quote. And a lot of people were just overall stunned
Yeah.
and sad about
Local
this
theaters are
theater.
awesome.
Exactly,
Support-
they are
Not a call to
awesome.
action, but support your local theaters if you have one locally.
Support them.
It's kind of a better
Yeah,
experience.
it
It's
is.
that's
Yeah.
what makes it
Yeah,
wholesome.
It's a
downtown
different
Montclair, we have
experience.
Claridge, downtown Montclair, and they
The
do
Claridge is so
they bring
beautiful.
like old movies that are like old that you wouldn't have gotten.
Old
chance-
movies that are old.
Like,
Wow.
they-
Good
like-
description.
That was
Yeah,
so
like, they're
eloquent,
bringing,
Danny.
like, for example, I'm pretty sure they're bringing like the original like Wizard of Oz to theaters again there for like a
See,
weekend,
that's
you know, like
what I
you don't
love.
get to do that at an AMC.
Yeah.
very often.
I have a
And you see that
drive-in
in
by
movies,
me.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
you know.
it's really sad that it's closing, but I think it's a good reminder about local theaters, like you just said.
Yeah, sure. The movie theater business is,
It's hard.
unpredictable right now.
It's really
but, like,
tough. Yeah,
movie
no.
theater.
But we do have one more story before we end off our show today, and this is my wholesome story for the day. Rats taking selfies. So Agustin
Marissa took a
Lignier,
selfie?
Marissa comes into the story, you'll see. Agustin Lignier, a professional photographer in Paris, developed a test chamber called a Skinner box, and it's like just basically a tall
It's a psychology thing.
Yeah, it's a tall, clear box, and there's like tunnels, or there can be like buttons that do different things. Let me make a correction.
It's basically like a scanner box is used to test like learning and memory. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, so
exactly.
it's definitely for studying learning in animals.
Yeah.
I just want to
It's
make
like
a
a very,
correction.
changed up Pavlov.
I just want to make a correction. He didn't
Here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Yeah, he didn't develop it. It's named after Skinner, who created it, but he made his own. He built his own. And so when the rats press the button that's inside the box, they get a small dose of sugar, and a camera attached and pointed at the box would take their photo, and the images would be displayed on a screen where the rats could see them. So apparently the rats quickly grew to enjoy pushing the button even more. However, after this sort of training phase, the dose of sugar became more scarce and would not come out every time the button was pushed. And the result of this was that the rats would continue to push the button, and oftentimes they would ignore the reward that would come and continue to take photos anyways. And the resulting images are adorable, and I obsessed with them and the rats. And I know that this is something that I know our production director
Yeah, we love the rat
Marissa would love.
queen.
The rat queen.
Rat queen is just her brand. the
Just
production
it's
director.
amazing. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we love the rat.
Yeah, no, it's
Lately, she's been like rat tatting people,
Yeah, I
like
have
giving.
tat me.
I have a rat tat right now. She retatted me yesterday.
Yeah, I got retatted as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun
What did I
times.
miss?
You missed
The
your
rat
tat.
tat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that hour.
It's like I went to vote.
yeah. So that's
been the buzz.
that's been the buzz for today. Our first Wednesday
Our
buzz.
first Wednesday buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like what you're listening to, you can tune into the buzz for the rest of the week.
If you don't, you can deal with me and Danny and Riley.
come back Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's gonna be at the same time, same place, different people, but it's definitely worth taking a listen to if you're interested. It's gonna be a fun time.
Listen,
I
if
think.
you guys miss Alex from last semester, he's back tomorrow, so might wanna hear him. He's not yelling about sports anymore, though.
Yeah,
Different
yeah.
crew tomorrow. Different crew every day. You can catch us
Yes,
every
But
Wednesday.
same vibes.
And yeah, very similar vibes.
I agree. But that has been the Wednesday morning buzz. You can tune in tomorrow if you'd like, and if not, we'll see you next week and have a great day.
Bye.